It's a Sunday at Sha Tin as the season winds down here in Hong Kong, but there's still racing going on. 10 races this week as we welcome you to the show. And on the panel, we've got Paul Lally and Tom Wood. And Tom, we kick off with the Griffins.
Yes, we certainly do. The Griffins are back. They're over 1,200 metres. A couple of unbeaten runners at the top there, Tornado Phantom and also California Spangle. Then we wound up the action with later on in the day. Race at number 9, the Class 2, and then a good Class 3 race 2 around at the program over a mile.
No jackpots though, Paul.
No jackpots. Even fields though, so throughout the card. A couple of tricky races in the middle there as well. And a lot of first starters are horses that have raced at different jurisdictions or haven't raced at all. So we can highlight those as we go through.
Before we get into the meeting itself, we've got a scratching to report. A horse that raced on Thursday is not backing up. It's Smart Thinker. Race 2, number 10 is withdrawn, so race 2, number 10 is the only horse that you need to put your pen through. The first, the Griffins, go to the 1,200 metres with California Spangle winning over 1,000 metres at his first start. He carries an extra £7, as does Tornado Phantom, who also won on debut over the trip. Turbo Power gets a better draw. Big Win steps up to the 1,200 metres. Great King has had a trial. Shining Red has his first start. He's had 4 trials. Miracle Victory goes to the 1,200 for the first time. And the only time Smart Idea hasn't run in the money was when he led up over 1,200 metres 2 starts ago, Tom.
And the pace should be good here. Red Brick Glory was up on the speed throughout. Miracle Victory hasn't been too far away, but I'd probably add California Spangle up into that front runners list there as well. He was up on the pace at last time out. Whether he can find a slot there or not, I'm not sure. He wasn't the quickest out, but I'd expect him maybe to be a little bit closer. Smart Idea there for Karis Teton, drawn out in gate number 8. The other one that's a little wide there is the horse drawn on the outside gate, Great King for Derek Lung. But I think those two will be definitely up front. We'll see where California Spangle ends up at the start.
California Spangle, so good on debut. He was slow away and then he won with ease. Neil Cullen partnering that day, and he'll do so again this week. Griffins race, Neil, you ride California Spangle again. You must have been super impressed with his debut.
Yeah, he was very impressive. You know, he ran a fast time, so the clock doesn't lie normally. I felt that day like he was still a little bit green, even though he has got a lot of natural speed. So I'd expect him to improve off that run. And I always felt like once he'd gone a little bit further that he might even improve even more. So with that in mind, him going up to 1,200 and having that one run under his belt now after a win, I would expect him to keep showing me more.
He's tractable enough to get around the bend at his first time on race day?
Yeah, he's such a cool horse. You know, he's great temperament, very easy to deal with, and very well balanced. So yeah, I wouldn't think I'd have any problems with that at all.
He was a little slow out on debut. Was there a reason for that?
I think he's, like I say, he's still doing a few things wrong. I think he's just still learning. Like, I mean, I know he's a 3-year-old, but you know, he came here unraced, so he hadn't really had much prep in Ireland. So, you know, once he came here, all his prep was here. So, yeah, look, he's all his trials has been slow away. I think it's just a mental thing. But like I say, he was slow away the last day, but he mustered speed very quickly. So that issue I'm not worried about. That'll all come to hand as he progresses and gets better, hopefully.
On yourself, it's been a great week. 3 winners. It must be nice being back in the saddle riding a good number of winners.
Yeah, it's always good to be winning wherever you are. You know, I'm just grateful for the people that have backed me since I've come back. You know, and you know, I want to prove to them that I'm more than capable of winning for everybody. So look, water under the bridge. Let's keep winning.
The Neil Cullen fans are about to see a new chapter. When can we see you riding back home?
Oh, I've got to do a week's quarantine after the end of the season. My wife and kids are all there already, getting everything ready. So I suppose maybe 2 to 3 weeks after. Glorious Goodwood comes up quite quick after, and then we've got the Ebor. So hopefully I can get my manager on the ball before I land and see what happens. But I'll be more hungry than ever.
There he is, Neil Cullen. Big chance of winning the first with California Spangle. One of his main dangers here, Paul, is Tornado Phantom. This is his debut. Turbo Power, Smart Idea and Great King also come out of this race.
Yeah, it was a good win from Tornado Phantom. There was no support from him, though. He drifted out. He ended up starting at 16 to 1. Look, he came down the outside. He seems to have improved from this run as well. So he's definitely one of the main chances, and it was a good win from him. I didn't mind the run of Turbo Power as well. You can see him staying on, and these two were clear. So I like both these two horses.
Yeah, they're both in. Tornado Phantom didn't have a lot of early pace in his first start there. He ran on really strongly from the rear, though, and he's had 2 recent trials. Since in his most recent trial, he did jump okay.
Just one of these Griffins on debut, Tom, that is Shining Red. Here he is running third in a Sha Tin all-weather trial. The horse that wins it is Infinity Win, who was backed off the map on Thursday.
Yeah, absolutely. Came into about 2.1 in the end to did Infinity Win, and there wasn't a lot of pressure here over the final stages of this trial. His gate speed was okay. I think he may have just got a little bit keen down the side. He's had 4 trials coming into this. He was a Tats 2-year-old Paul for £140,000.
Yeah, 11.29 pounds he is on debut. I'm happy just to watch him with some of these horses that have had runs now.
Are we spangling up again, Paul?
We are, actually. I do like California Spangle in this race, and I just think he's improved a lot from his debut run, and he's going to get first run on Tornado Phantom. I think that's the Quinella, 1 to beat 2. Turbo Power, he's had the most runs here with those 3 runs and been consistent in all 3, and he has won one. And then Miracle Victory at his 3rd run will give him a chance. 1, 2, 3, 7.
No need to change the graphic. Same numbers, same order. 1, 2, 3 and 7. California Spangle on the top after what was a pretty impressive debut at even money. Tornado Phantom, there was no support for him first up, but he won well. He'll get back and be running on. Turbo Power's not done too much wrong since winning on debut. And Miracle Victory, he was the early favourite at very early stages of betting, but I think he gets his chance here. Joe Moreira for David Hayes. 1, 2, 3 and 7.
California Spangle, as Tom said, even money on debut. He's currently at 5.1. Tornado Phantom, a 16 to 1 debut winner, is the early favourite for the Griffins race at 2.6.